Hey everybody, welcome to some kind of rant video. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call it yet. You'll know by the time I actually get the video live and everything. But what you're seeing here is a game called Medieval Dynasty. It was a game I thought actually seemed kind of interesting, and the main reason for that is that it allows you to build your own towns, it allows you to create a dynasty, you can have heirs and things like that. And I thought that all seemed kind of cool. And it's this kind of combination of some light RPG elements as well as some survival elements. I mean, you need food and water to be able to survive and all that. And you can build structures pretty much wherever you want. There's still some glitches. I first got this when it was in early access, and it was pretty buggy. And it also ran like hot garbage. Now, it doesn't run very well right now, but it doesn't run terribly like it did during early access, at least. So I'm getting in the 50s of frame rate, so it's not terrible. But given how this game looks, it's honestly it should run better. They haven't optimized this game all that well. Now, you might notice an icon that popped up in the top left of the screen, and I'll explain that in a moment. But suffice to say, I have my town set up here. I have a house here. I've got the food shed over here, which is where all the food is going to be stored. I've got a hunting lodge here for whenever I get a hunter. I've got Woolabor here, who is supposed to be gathering logs and sticks and such at this woodshed, but he's just chilling for some reason. I have this resource shed here. I have a workshop here. I have a kitchen over here. Right there. And I have this field that I have tilled. I need some fertilizer to be able to actually plant anything, and I also need things to plant. But suffice to say, I've got a decent setup here. And we're just gonna start, I don't know, let's see, farming. Orchard, why not? We'll start setting up an orchard. Now the setting up of fields and such can be a bit janky. So you just kind of have to find a spot where it sort of works. So let's give this a try here. Sure, that'll work. And the frame rate just tanked for no discernible reason. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to start grubbing up the area. Now, there's a reason I'm doing this, and there's a reason I am showing you this process. Keep in mind, this is the first step in planting things. Very first step. You have to grub up the area. Then you have to fertilize the area. Then you can start planting things. And of course, it takes forever to grow crops and all that fun stuff. It is a slow, tedious process that is very boring. But some people like that. I don't know what is wrong with those people, but some people like that. You know what? Fair enough. If you like a slower process like that, that's fine. I mean, I liked Stardew Valley, and that set me onto the entire farming genre, but typically that style of farming is pretty straightforward. It doesn't require you to go through tech trees to be able to do things. And it doesn't have tools that break on you constantly. It doesn't have buildings that you have to construct each individual section of. Like, I had to construct this wattle wall, and this wattle wall, and that wattle wall, and that wattle wall, and that one, and that one, and that one. And then I had to build this thing in the middle here, this wooden interior. Then I had to build these 2 sections of wooden wall, and then those 2 sections, and then all 4 of those roof sections, each requiring their own set of resources. All of which take a very long time to gather, which is very tedious and very annoying. And obviously, the bigger the building, the more resources you need, and the longer it takes. And you're having to swing this hammer at exactly this speed the entire time. And as you can see, even when I'm not actually building anything, the durability of the hammer is going down. Which is just fantastic. So you need to go get resources to be able to construct more hammers, because once it breaks, well... oh well. So that is all annoying enough as is. Just the sheer fact that this game is so tedious and so grindy in that regard. But back to that indicator up there at the top left. That is an indicator that there is at least one person in my town who does not have enough drinking water. Which is specifically that guy right there. Okay, so we'll go into the food storage here. Alright, we got some dried meat in there. That means he has food. Cool. So what do we do about getting him water? Well, if you were to play this game and make a very logical assumption, like I did when I first started this thing out, which is that a good place to build a town would be, oh, I don't know, about, let's say, this far away from the river, which is where I am going to go over here, and oh look, I can drink this water, and it will instantly replenish all of my water meter. Also, my character is starving. Let me take care of that real quick. Alright. So, there's a river right here. It has drinking water. Why can't he come over here and drink it? Well, the simple fact of the matter is that the town mechanics do not care how close you are to a river. They do not care what the most logical thing is. They simply care whether or not you have enough water items in the town inventory. So I'm going to fix this problem real quick. Don't mind me. Oh look, berries. A food item. Except it also has water. I'm going to transfer that entire stack of berries. Oh look, the indicator went away. Oh look, he has enough water now. Yay. Now, the even funnier thing is that at first I thought it was maybe because the town doesn't have a well. So I'm like, okay, let's build a well. What would be under? I guess extraction. Yeah, well. I have enough resources. Cool. Why won't it let me build it? Not enough technology. Farming. 50 farming is required to be able to build a well. Keep in mind that to construct a barn requires... I'm almost there, actually. I'm not quite there. I just need one more farming experience or whatever to be able to build it. It requires 10 farming experience to build a barn. It requires 50 to build a well. So, the logic of this game, the logic that the developers had, is that it is not sufficient to build near a river where there is clean drinking water available that the player can take advantage of at any time. They can just walk right over here. Drink water. Oh, look. Clean drinking water. Yay. But NPCs can't do that. No. NPCs need water items in the town inventory. Okay. And I thought that maybe constructing a well would help with that, but since I can't build a well, I can't do that. And the thing that drives me up the wall about the fact that I cannot construct a well, yet I can construct all of this. All these buildings, I built myself. All of them. I can construct all of that. But I can't dig a fucking hole in the ground. Can't dig a hole in the ground. And then fill it with a bunch of rocks. And then use that to pull up water. Nope, can't do that. No. I can build all this. But I can't dig a fucking hole in the ground. That is the kind of stupid game logic that irritates the living shit out of me. You should be able to construct a well from the very beginning, because it's just a hole in the ground that is lined with stones. That's all it is. It's nothing fancy. But no, you can't do that. You have to do an arbitrary amount of plowing fields, then fertilizing them, then planting crops, and then harvesting crops to be able to actually do anything with digging a fucking hole in the ground. I know this is probably going to seem completely ridiculous to you. Completely absurd. And it is. It is completely absurd. And I should not be this bent out of shape over it. I mean, it's a video game. But this is one of the stupidest things I have seen in quite a while. Just arbitrary gating off of things because they can. Just arbitrarily forcing you to go through a grindy process just so you can do something that pretty much anybody can do. It's absurd. Especially considering that you can construct all manner of other buildings, but for some reason you can't dig a hole in the ground. It was at this point where I said, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth finishing this game. It's not worth reviewing this. It's not worth doing a full standalone MTO or even including this in a multi-game MTO. But I was too pissed off by the sheer stupidity of this to not do any video at all about it. I had to get this out of my system. This is stupid. And this kind of arbitrary gating off of mechanics, this arbitrary, okay, well, we need to make the player do a whole bunch of grinding to get to stuff because we don't actually have anything truly worth experiencing, so we gotta arbitrarily lengthen the game as much as we possibly can. That kind of bullshit pisses me off. It does not respect the player's time. This kind of game does not respect the player's time. It is a time sink. That is all it is. Because this entire time I have not had any fun playing this game. At best, I have managed ambivalence. Just, okay, maybe it's because the game is just starting out, I need to build a few things, I need to get a town going. But no. I started my town and this dude's just standing here doing nothing. I've done a crap ton of quests already. They were just gathering things for people. This entire thing was just wasting my time. And that makes me angrier more than anything else. It was such a cool premise. And it is wasted entirely on, oh look, I need to go and collect a gazillion more logs. And what made it even worse, you can see here, I have infinity kilograms worth of weight limit. I'm just going to go into the customized settings here. I already turned on unlimited stamina. Let's turn off unlimited carry weight. 35 kilograms. And because I'm carrying so much, I can't move at all. I almost immediately turned on unlimited carry weight. Because there was just, I couldn't build anything. I could not carry enough resources to actually build anything because the weight limit was just too severe. When you already have to disable mechanics that are supposed to be in there to enhance realism or whatever because they're just too irritating to deal with, you have a serious fucking problem. Do yourself a favor. If you were considering Medieval Dynasty, take all of that into consideration. If you are not willing to put up with a ridiculous amount of grind for seemingly no benefit, I have no idea if the game gets any better or not, but honestly at this point, I really don't care. Because I have to do farming to dig a fucking hole in the ground. So that I can get water, which is right there. But I can't, folks. I just can't even. This makes no sense. I got nothing else, folks. This is... I'm gonna uninstall this after I've finished making this video. And I will never play it again. And I can't refund it either because it took me something like 5 or so hours to build all of this. Just to build all this and do the quests that I've done. Which mostly consisted of just walking around and delivering things to people. This is obnoxious. You know what? At least a game like, say, Valheim or Conan Exiles or something like that, where it's a survival game and it forces you to go find food and water and all that, and it's grindy as hell. At least those have interesting elements to them. At least Conan Exiles has the whole Conan license going for it. At least there's, you know, gory combat and all that. But something like this, nope. It's got nothing. You just build stuff, and then
How are you?
You talk to this guy, and he just stands there.
See you soon.
Okay, cool. Yay. I'm affecting so much in this game world. It's fantastic. Anyway, I hope this video was at least informative to you, or you found it useful, or at least entertaining. If nothing else, because Schadenfreude or something. I'll catch you all in later videos.